YouTube, it's me again, Kamar, aka Brave Design 86, both on YouTube and Instagram. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience with Smile Direct Club, the pros and cons of it, if I recommend it, or if I think it's just plain old garbage. So, without further ado, let's get started. So I always had a gap growing up. You can kind of still see it. I always had a gap growing up, and it was kind of fun growing up before I had a beard. It was different. My parents didn't have gaps, but I had one, and I liked it. I always had an overbite. I always had one tooth that was front tooth that was longer than the other one, and I've always been an experimental person growing up. In fact, I remember I think I was about 18. Um, I just decided that I hated that one of them was longer than the other one, so I took a piece of sandpaper and I rubbed it for the entire day until it was like right on the right on the level where it needed to be, or I thought it needed to be. Um, and I remember like the next day I went to school and I was like this the whole time. I was so happy because I was like, yay, finally, like my teeth are even. But it was very sensitive, but I didn't care. I would just eat on one side. But the gap was there and it was fine. It was interesting. It was kind of like my trademark. And my family loved it because it was different. But when I got my wisdom teeth taken out in 2016, then the teeth started shifting back and I started noticing like in pictures my gap was widening. And again, I liked it at the moment, like a year after I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I like it. But it started to get worse as the years went by. And of course, my overbite started to become more pronounced because what happened was the front teeth, they were gapping more, and then the teeth exactly behind the both front teeth were going in. So then they were also pushing the front teeth out more, and then the gap. So my teeth were like, instead of like this, they were like this and pushed out. And I was like, okay, this is only going to get worse as I get older. And so I started asking about braces. So I remember I went to a dentist and I asked about, I wanted a recommendation to go to orthodontist, and they were like, well, we have to do this before we can recommend you, and then the orthodontist is going to do this. I was like, okay, and at what point am I going to actually get braces? Like, am I going to get braces or not? And of course, I called this one orthodontist and he's like, yeah, the cheapest one we have is $7,000, and we could do, I think it's called Cure First. It's like a healthcare credit card. And I was like, okay, I'll just wait until I'm rich. Well, of course, I kept seeing, about a year or two after, I kept seeing Smile Direct Club commercials. And I was like, okay, perfect. This looks cool. I see a lot of reviews on it. I see a lot of commercials. I see a lot of posts on Facebook about it. Why not just go ahead? So I went ahead and I went to a Smile clinic because I didn't want to do the mold myself in case I messed it up. So I went to a Smile clinic and they did the whole laser thing and they showed me what my smile would be like. And I was so excited. I think I paid like 200 and something dollars initially. I don't remember. They asked if I wanted to pay all of it down. If I did that, I would save some amount of money, but I didn't want to commit to that. Um, so anyway, I think it was about 3 weeks, and they sent me a whole pack of stuff. So I was supposed to change my aligners every week. So I think I started my treatment on a Friday night. So every Friday I would change my treatment. Well, nobody told me that the first one, especially the first one, it's almost as if first of all, it gave me a headache. My face got swollen. My teeth hurt so bad. I had to take it out and then I tried to put it back in. And then the next day trying to eat, the feeling I can explain, like I can compare it to, is almost as if you fell. Okay, I fell as a kid on my face once and I think I hit the root of my teeth, and that's all I can think of. Like when you bite down on food, it feels like your teeth are about to come out of the skeleton. Like it's really bad. Um, but it would go away in about 4 days. And of course, you're supposed to wear it, I think, 21 hours per day. So the longer I wore it was better. I will own this part though. My teeth were not initially staying in place because I smoked. So I stopped doing that. And then about 2 months, or I think it was 2 or 3 months in, um, I noticed that if I took out the aligners and let's say I had coffee and I was having coffee for a half hour, and then I ate after that. So let's say it's been out for 2 hours, my teeth would start going right back where they started. So I called them and I'm like, okay, I think my teeth are moving way too fast. And sometimes I can, like, after I take the aligner out, I can feel the tooth moving, so it's getting loose, and I'm like, this is not good. This is really not good. And so the lady was like, you should wear that aligner for an additional 2 weeks. Well, I wore it for an additional month because I needed to make sure my teeth were settling. So my treatment ended up being, instead of 6 months, it was more like 8. And then they sent the at the end of the treatment. Oh, and of course the pain went away after about, I don't know, after about 3 months. Every time you change your aligners, it hurt a little bit, but it wouldn't hurt when you ate anymore. So that was a plus. About 8 months, I mean, I think I got my retainer about 6 months or something. I just put it away until I was done with my treatment, and then I started wearing my retainer. Now, for me, the problem was, and I was told this by a dentist, my teeth needed to be moved slower and it needed to be held in place. So this constant taking out and putting in, taking out, putting in, I forget to put it in one day or a couple hours. That was not good for my treatment. This is what the retainer looked like. So it basically looks just like a regular aligner. They said it's a little thicker. The thing I noticed about it though, it has less sharp edges than the actual aligners. And you just pop it in. And there, that's it. It makes me talk funny though. Take it out. Yeah. So it's been, let me see, 2 years since I've had it in. My teeth are, I love them. I can smile all day. I smile a lot more now. Um, my canines have become a little more pronounced for some reason though, or maybe because the gap would distract from them. I don't know. I also use, I didn't use the bleach that came with it, like the teeth bleach that came with it. I bought my own, and sometimes I would put it in a tray and do some stuff for like 10-15 minutes and then brush my teeth. So hence why it's lighter. I have really yellow teeth, so hold on. So that's why my teeth look like this. But if I should talk about the pros and cons, the pros is that yes, it works. It does it pretty fast. It's convenient. It's way cheaper than braces. However, the cons is, it's usual, my phone ran out of memory. But yeah, so the inconvenience is that you have to take it out every time you're gonna drink anything other than water, and you have to take it out every time you're gonna eat. So that can be inconvenient, especially if you're on the go, you're at work, you can't get the time to go and take out and put in, and you have to brush your teeth every time you eat. So because of course you'll cause tooth decay if you keep, if you don't brush your teeth and you put the aligners on. So that's really inconvenient. Plus, nothing is more embarrassing than you're at a table out eating and you're like popping things out. Looks like you're taking dentures out at the table or something. So that can be weird. Um, Inconvenient too is you got to be careful not to lose the aligners until your treatment is complete for that week. Three, I think it moves your teeth a little too fast, especially if you have an issue like me where I had a big gap. It moves it too fast and it doesn't get to settle. I don't think mine is settled now, because if I should, let's say I traveled for a week and I forgot my retainers, bam, my gap is almost halfway where it used to be. Um, and so I was asking someone, a dentist, if I could probably get some kind of a retainer, like a permanent retainer or something, because this is a bit much. Also, they didn't explain to me that every 6 months I'm supposed to pay for new ones. I've been on this for like a year and a half. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for none until it can no longer do its job. By then, hopefully, I can get retainers put in, because this is a bit much, as I said. Also, when your teeth start shifting because you didn't wear your retainers for 2-3 days, when you put it back in, it's going to hurt again, just like when you just started the treatment. So it's a little bit, I mean, it did a great job, I will say. I mean, it did a pretty good job in terms of straightening my teeth, but the aftercare, it's just a bit much. I wish my teeth were just how they were. I met people that had their teeth straightened with braces, and they're like, oh my God, I don't even know where my retainers are. I haven't worn it in years. And their teeth are basically how it was when they took the braces off. So why it takes years for theirs to shift, but mine shifts in like 2, 3 days. You know, that's my problem. That's the problem I have with it. I don't know if anyone else has the same issues with the retainers. I don't know, but that's my experience. If I should grade it from or rate it from 1 to 10, I would say a 6, because yes, it did its job in a timely manner. The problem is the teeth are not staying. They're not staying. And I know some people say I should still wear the retainers, like 21 hours a day. I don't have time for that. I have 2 jobs. I can't do that. I'm always, I can't constantly be thinking about my teeth. It just doesn't make sense. But I mean, thumbs up to Smile Direct. It did its job. I can smile now. I don't have to look all angry in all my pictures anymore, which is good because I used to be mean mugging all the time, but it was just because I was very sensitive about my teeth and I was sensitive about my cheeks because yes, I used to have chickmunk cheeks and I used to hate because when I smile, they're like, so those were my 2 things. I lost the body fat and I got my teeth straightened. So I would say about a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7. But you know, overall, I'm happy with my teeth. But yeah, until next time, I don't know. You guys can go ahead and share your stories. Don't forget to subscribe. And also remember my Instagram name, Brave Design 86, just like my YouTube. Until then, peace.